Alright, so we're back. I started talking about some shit. I started talking about the retrogrades. The retrograde season is coming up. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it, a little bit more. I'm also going to make tortillas. I never made tortillas before. Well, actually, that's not true. I made them once before and fucked them up so bad that, like, I was like, I can't make no fucking tortillas. I gotta have somebody show me how to make tortillas. But because of the way that we're rationing food and working on shit like that, we're gonna make some tortillas. Because that's gonna help stretch everything out. And if it gets fucked up, that's just how it is. We're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna have to have punishment tortillas. Let's see. Okay, yeah, anyway, so let me go ahead and fire this up so we can start talking about this stuff. So the retrogrades that are coming up. First off, the thing that you really got to realize is that these retrogrades move through astrological zodiac seasons. That's, for one, that's some shit just to take into account. Now, mind you, I'm talking to you about the shit that has become clear to me through just my job, just my lane. Everybody is here to do their own specific job, their own specific work. And that shit is specific to you, what you understand, what comes clear to you. The specific aspects of what you do is unique to you and your job and why you came here and the shit that you need to do. Like, that's, I mean, basically. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to talk to you about, like, what I got going on, what I can see here. But it's going to be important for you to realize that I'm not necessarily the fucking expert. So, like, you're going to see some shit, you're going to be like, well, that's not what I heard. I heard there's some other... Cool, good, fine. I know what I've seen. I know what I'm looking at, and I know what I'm supposed to explain to other people. And this is just it. So, that's your caveat. Fucking mTOR or caveat fucking, look, man, I'm just explaining the fucking shit that I know. While I'm trying not to fuck these tortillas up. So, alright, let's kind of just take a look and start this back. The reason why I even took a look at this shit, why I had a view of 2020 was because, as far as I was concerned, from just like a business standpoint, I was like, oh, Q4, you know, October, November, December. This is when you're supposed to fucking plan your shit for the year. Like, to figure out what you're gonna, you know, what the next year is supposed to look like for you in terms of business and all of that. But I'm like, since I'm a witchy cat, I want to look at where the retrogrades are. I want to look at where the fucking supermoons are. I want to look at all that shit. Start figuring out, like, where, you know, where all of that stuff lies so that I've got my best options for trying to just run some art shit. I didn't know that it was going to be looking like this. And the more I saw about this, the more I was like, fuck, that makes sense. So this happens, and we're talking about like end of 2019. This happens at, during the, what you call that retrograde? Uranus retrograde. And the whole thing with the Uranus retrograde that we saw, that lasted a good number of months, in the end of 2019, was any skills that you would come across in the end of 2019, any skills that you had started, that you had picked up, that was going to be important for you to call into play in the upcoming year, which is 2020. And that retrograde ended on January 10th, if I recall correctly. It was something like that. Am I supposed to? Is this supposed to be this crumbly? I don't know if it's supposed to be this crumbly or not. I don't even know if it's supposed to be this crumbly. It says it's supposed to be more pliable. Man, if it's too wet, add a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know if it's too wet or not. Yeah, it's too wet. It's too wet. I'm going to add a little bit more. We're going to see how this shit works. Anyway, sorry. This is fucking 6 minutes in. I'm really going to have to start learning how to fucking edit some shit. Just so y'all ain't sitting through all this fucking horse shit. But, I mean, what are you going to do? You going to be late for work? Probably fucking not. Like, ain't nobody got shit to do right now. Anyway, it starts, this will be the fucking setup video, where we kind of explain, like, the fucking basics on this shit. It starts, as far back as, like, last year, and the skills that you had picked up towards the end of the year, you're supposed to be using during this time, so that's going to be interesting for you to think of. If you had, like, any weird, like, oh, fuck, I should probably just start doing this thing somewhere in the fucking autumn. See if there's some place for you to apply that skill. Because as we go through December to January, beginning of this year, we're in Capricorn, right? So the theme there, it's quick and dirty, is like you want to just think of like each zodiac season with a theme. And the theme for that would have been occupation and goals. So right around that time, we should have been already thinking about what we're going to be doing this year as shit was ramping up. Again, took a look at this in the autumn, and we know that some shit was going to be going down middle of the year. So in talking about getting folks ready for the year. God damn, it's been 7 minutes. I'm really just eating up y'all motherfuckers' time. Fuck it, ride with me. I may even just fucking do a cleaner one and just label these better or something. Is that gonna fit on that? We're gonna figure it out. Alright, the quick breakdown for the season is that we go through occupation and goals. January 20th, we hit Aquarius, which is going to be about hope and progress. So we're going to start thinking about hope and progress. We're going to start thinking about, or we should have been thinking about, how we were going to make things okay through this coming year. Then we move into Pisces season. We moved into Pisces. That's intuition and spirituality. Those are your themes that are in play right there. Now, the thing about that is that's when we hit our first Mercury retrograde. So we're having the first Mercury retrograde in the season that deals with spirituality and intuition. Now, talking to people about this before, I was like, look, anybody who's doing spiritual work, anybody who's doing spiritual practice, this is your last fucking check before it goes down. This is the first retrograde of the season. Or the year. Then you got about a month off with no retrogrades, and then everything starts to retrograde for the rest of the year. Like everything is moving for the rest of the year, starting April 25th, going into the next couple of weeks. For the rest of the year, everything. And when I say everything, I mean that you've got approximately 4 or 5 planets retrograding at the exact same time at any given time for the rest of the year. So that means there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of change and shit happening. So spirituality and intuition, having that first Mercury retrograde. Fuck, I should have explained Mercury retrogrades first. Maybe I'll fucking do that on a different video. It's shorter. We're going to go on in fucking chronological order here because, I mean, linear time is fucking goofy anyway. It's not even real. No, I'm an asshole for just fucking bringing it up like that. I can't even begin to go into that shit. Sorry, forget that I said anything about linear time. Linear time is fine. It's great. Everybody loves it. Fucking, what do you fucking do? I'm going to roll this last one, and then we're going to pause this video and start talking about Mercury retrograde shit, which is what I started talking about in the first place. But I'm losing my fucking mind out here because I would like to smoke cigarettes or something, and I'm going through fucking nicotine withdrawal. And instead I'm smoking peppermint tea from, what do you call these things? Paper towels. From paper towels, which that can't be good for you. I hear the peppermint tea, smoked peppermint tea can be good for you, actually, for your lungs, you know. But anyway, whatever. We'll talk about some shit in a little minute. Sorry you guys are getting the fucking quantum quarantine version of this, and it's not more well presented, but let's work with what we got.